Hey friends, welcome back to Sales and Business Growth for Busy Women. I am your host, Lindsay Fletcher, and this podcast is the place for small business owners to learn how to make more sales, have more time, and grow your business while doing all the things. Be sure to hit that follow button wherever you listen to podcasts, whether that's on Apple or Spotify or Amazon Music or iHeartRadio. This podcast is available on all major listening platforms, and so please do hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you listen, and you won't miss anything that way. Today's episode is going to be a quick Friday tip for you. We're going to talk about how to get ready for a trade show, a conference, a community event, someplace where you and your team, or maybe just you, are going to have a booth and you're going to want to connect with potential clients that are at this event. This is something that I have recently helped a small business team with, and I thought I'd share these tips with you so that you can walk into your event feeling confident about what your goals are and how to have effective conversations with the people at this event. So without further ado, here are your 5 quick tips to sell from your event booth. Number 1 is you need to know your goals for the conference. So most of the time during these types of events, whether this is a conference, a community event, you'll need to know what the goal is for the event. So, for example, maybe you want to sell your services. Maybe you want to have 5 clients sign up for your membership. Maybe you want to drive them onto your email list. Maybe it's a Facebook group. Or maybe it's you capturing their information so that you can then reach out after the conference or trade show or community event. So the first tip is definitely know your goals so that you can structure your conversations accordingly. Number 2 is that you'll want to have a succinct way to describe what you do, sort of like a micro elevator pitch, if you will. So if someone comes to your booth and says, "What do y'all do?" or "What do you do here?" then you can say a one-liner that describes what you do and explains to them in as few words as possible what your business is all about. So, for example, if I were to have a booth at some sort of an event like this for my sales consulting business, for this podcast, I would say, I teach small business owners how to sell their services and products with ease. Now, this doesn't go into the nitty-gritty of what I do. It doesn't talk about my podcast. It doesn't talk about my Facebook community, but that's what I do. At the core of what I do is I teach small business owners how to sell their products and services with ease. So you want to really narrow down what you say when someone says, "What do you do?" All right, number 3. I recommend that you have a question, just one question that you can ask most, if not all, of the people who pass by or come to your booth. So something like, "What brings you to this conference?" or "I'm so glad you made it today. What brings you in?" Right? So you want to have something that allows you to get to know them. You can find out their why. And then most importantly, you can try to figure out whether your products or services throughout that conversation could fit what they need. Okay, number 4. Ask if you can share what you do and how you can help them if and when you do find a need or want that you can fulfill. So you just ask them why they came to the conference or why they're out at the community event, and now you're going to ask if you can share what you do and how you can help them. You need to get permission, because when you get permission, they are then more tuned in to what you are saying. So let's go back to the example of me having a sales consulting booth at a conference or a community event or, a trade show type of thing. And this may look like me saying, "Mrs. Smith, I love the mission of your business, and I really think that I have something to offer you and your team. Would you mind if I shared that with you?" Now, this particular tip, number 4, requires that you have had a conversation, you've dove in a little bit on what they are looking for, and you found a need, right? So after I've found the need is when I'm going to ask if I can share with them how I could help them. All right, and finally, number 5, I want you to close the conversation. So this kind of goes back to number one, where you know your goals for the conference. And closing the conversation means you ask for permission or you outline what's going to happen next. So maybe it's you're going to follow up with them next week with a resource that you didn't bring to the conference, but you know that would really help them. Maybe you have posted about a particular educational event that's coming up in your Facebook group. And so you're going to invite them to the Facebook group, and then you tell them you will tag them in that post so that they can make sure that they attend that particular educational event. Whatever that looks like, whatever your goals are, I would definitely focus on closing the conversation as it relates to those goals. So if you're trying to get them on your email list, ask for their email address. If you are trying to connect with them so that you can provide them a resource, ask for that. Let them know you'll follow up with them after the conference is over. Collect their contact information, whatever that looks like for your goals for the conference. It may be connecting with other vendors at the conference. So making sure that you allot time to go over to those vendors, those other businesses or other booth holders there, and introducing yourself, and then closing the conversation of getting their business card and saying, I will follow up with you next week, or I will shoot you an email, or may I send you a packet of information on our business? I think we could really collaborate together and be referral partners for each other. Okay, so those are my 5 tips on getting ready for a trade show, conference, community event where you will have a booth and you want to connect with potential clients. And I hope this is something that's helpful for you as you prepare for those events. Now, you know I love a good grassroots marketing effort, and being seen in your community at trade shows, at conferences, at community events can really help with brand awareness. It can be a way that you can connect with people in a face-to-face way where people actually get to know you. This isn't social media. It's not a 30-second clip or a 15-second clip or you showing your highlight reels. In-person events can be very, very powerful for your business. So I would definitely check out what is in your particular area and see if there's a way that you can join some community events. Maybe it's a kids weekend if you have a kid-related business. Maybe it's a trade show for boutique owners who come and buy the products for the next season, or maybe a conference that is dedicated to a particular group of people like seniors or high school students. These types of events really can make an impact on your business and connect you with the right people. So don't shy away from those. And I hope this helps you get prepared for these types of events. And I meant to say this earlier in this episode, but if you are listening to this on the day that it launches, October 25th, we have a free workshop once a month where I teach on a topic, a sales or business growth or time management type of topic, or I bring on a business friend of mine who can help you grow in certain areas of your business. And today's workshop is on email marketing and ways to improve it. So join us for that. The workshops are held on Zoom, and you'll want to go to my website, lindsayfletcher.co/workshops, and you'll scroll down a little bit and enter your email address, and then it will send you the link to the workshop. So again, today's Lunch and Learn workshop is on ways to improve your email marketing, and you don't want to miss it. All right. With that said, I am sending you on your way. I am praying for you. I'm praying for your business, and I will talk to you next time.